Greetings, this is page 252, your turn, number 20. So they say solve 12.5 plus 3 to the x equals 17.8. Round your final answer to 3 decimal places. So step 1, isolate the exponential part of the equation. So let's do that. So we're going to take 12.5 plus 3 to the x equal to 17.8. And we're going to subtract 12.5 from both sides. Now, I am not very good with doing that sort of subtraction in my head, so I'm going to get my friend out here, my calculator, and I'm going to take 17.8 and I'm going to subtract from that 12.5. And when you do that, you get back 5.3. So that tells me that 3 to the x is equal to 5.3, and voila, chickaroony, I have now isolated the exponential part of the equation. Now, change the equation to a logarithmic form, all right? Okay, so to do that, that means I'm going to go ahead and take the logarithm of both sides, or you could just go ahead and use the change of base theorem here in your next step. So if I do that, this says what? The exponent on a 3 that yields x is 5.3, right? Okay, so you could write that as a logarithm base 3 of 5.3 is equal to x. So that's changing to logarithmic form. Now, another alternate way of doing that is I could take the logarithm of both sides. So I take the log of 3 to the x is equal to the log of 5.3. And now the next step, the isolate the variable part of that, would say, okay, then this is going to be x log of 3 is equal to log of 5.3, and that's the way you're going to typically see me do it, is the way I'm doing this over here onto the right. Okay, so isolating the variable in the last step says that x is equal to the log of 5.3 divided by the log of 3. Okay, now notice that if I did it all in one step right here, by using change of base, I would end up exactly with the same thing I got right there. So it is up to you. You get to do it either way, but I'm going to always go about taking the log of both sides, okay? So identify the final result in exact form and then rounded to the indicated problem. As a form is indicated by the problem, you'll need to use change of base theorem here to compute your logarithm. So see, notice that if you did this, you have to go to this anyway because you've got to use change of base to get to compute your logarithm. So like I said, it is totally your call. I'll let you do it either way, but you're typically going to see me, since I know I'm going to have to change of base anyway, I'm going to use the property of logarithms that says that if I have logarithm of m raised to the x power, that's the same thing as x times logarithm of m. And I'm using common log in this case because that way I know I've got something on my calculator I can push a button. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's push the button here. So let's get my calculator out. So I get my calculator out here and I'm going to say clear this nonsense. I'm going to go log of 5.3. Close that parentheses and divide that by log of 3. And there is my estimated answer, which is 1.518. Okay, it said take it out to 3 places, so better do what they tell me to, right? So x is approximately 1. I can't keep numbers in my head to save my life. 518. Okay, so now they want us to check this graphically. In other words, they want us to take the graphic calculator and see if it comes up with the same answer from a graphical standpoint. So let's do that. Okay. So we're going to go to the y equals, going to clear out whatever's in y1, clear out whatever's in y2, and we're going to put the original into the left-hand side, and we're going to put 12.5 into y1, but we've got to add to that the 3 to the x. Okay, and so that's going in y1, and y2 we're going to put in 17.8. And let's go see about getting a point of intersection here. So we're going to go check our window real quick because I know I need to go up to at least 17.8, and I've been shifted up by 12.5 also. So I'm going to need to adjust my window here just a smidge. Well, it looks like I'm going up to 30 at the moment, probably a bit of overkill. Let's go ahead and make that 25, and now let's press graph. There's my exponential function. It's been shifted up to 12.5. There's my horizontal line at 17.8. Okay, so we're going to come down here and make a reasonable facsimile of that onto my homework paper. So here's our growing exponential right here. Here is our horizontal line, and we've got a point of intersection right there. So let's go see if we can find that point of intersection. Hopefully it comes out to 1.518. So we're going to go second calc, go to number 5 for intersect. And we're going to hit enter for the first curve, hit enter for the second curve, hit enter the third time for the best guess. And look at that, we got 1.518 again, looking good. 1.518 approximately again, so that makes me smile. Got it right, okay? All right, good. Hopefully that helped, and we'll see you back here for more.